We could have had it all. Da, 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 da. But you played me. Okay, greetings, Sagittarius, all placements. Okay, Sag, this is an interesting message for you guys. Just bear with me because this is someone in particular. It just makes no sense to me. This is someone who's like, no, this is the worst. My worst nightmare is happening. My worst nightmare. Okay, this is like a gay man who's married to a woman with kids who lives a secret life. And he's like, my worst thing is happening. I'm being exposed. And it's like, but actually that's your greatest blessing because it means you actually get to now live in full freedom of who you are and your sexual orientation rather than living a fake false lifestyle and keeping a little trophy wife and children while living an entirely deceitful life behind enemy lines, behind closed doors, behind enemy lines. Sag, someone here has been doing something behind the scenes for a while and something. For some of my Sages, there's two storylines here, okay? So if you're not this first part, then just bear with me for one more minute. A lot of my Sages, I have a deck of Bible quotes, and the two that came out were just so uncanny, it's not even funny. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but the Lord's purpose over your life will always prevail. That's Proverbs 19:21. And then Proverbs 16:17. The highway of the upright will always avoid evil. Those who guard their way preserve their life. So, and then there's actually one more. Psalms 139:13. For you created my innermost being. You knit me together. You made me in my mother's womb. So whether you believe in God, source, universe, whatever you believe in, it doesn't matter because something higher, universe, spirit, God, whatever it is you believe in, something else created you. And you are experiencing the life of the creation that created you, that designed you. And the thing is here is we are such young beings. You know, when we look at the age of the universe, we are such young beings. We are learning things and new things are invented every single day. Like, I don't think people realize, like, new things are literally invented every single day in science. Like, I was in Florida for 3 years riding a cloned stallion. Like, I literally was riding a horse that was cloned, okay? Cloned. Like, that's wild to me. You know, like airplanes, that was wild to people for some period of time. And I believe that those are all in God's divine, plan, everything. So, Sag, there's someone here who had a really strong idea of this is the cookie cutter picture of what my life is going to be, but then they're living a different way behind closed doors, and they're wondering why they're living that different way, because God made you to live that way, but you're thinking that it's some bad thing, that it's bad that you're gay, that you like same sex or things like, and it's like, it's not. It's like, if you're designed that way, you're designed that way. If you want that, you want that. Like, you need to honor your heart, and you're not honoring your heart by living this fake situation and trying to uphold some fake life and then actually doing something else behind closed doors. It's catching up. So that is catching up to someone for some of my Sages. Now, for the other half of my Sages, there's something here where, and then, the fourth one that actually came out was, then you will know the truth, and the truth will always set you free, John 8:32. So 8s and 5s are all about self-mastery and going through really difficult, chaotic situations or going through conflict to come to a place of self-mastery. And that is literally how you get to self-mastery. How does the diamond become the diamond? It withstands more pressure than any other gem. That's how it gets to be the diamond. So for some of my Sages, you are just kind of going through this chiseling period where you need to understand it's not that you're being punished, it's that, well, and for some of my Sages who know they're doing nefarious things or cheating, yes, you are being punished, but it's because you asked for it. You did that to yourself. But for my other ones, it's not that. It's just you need to uphold and stand true in your heart of the image of how he made you or how the universe made you, rather than the design that you're being conditioned or the role that you're being conditioned to uphold because of your society or because of your family or because of your career or because of politics. There's something here like that that's really getting in the way. And Sag, this was coming out in pre-energy as well. It came through just again. So something has to end here. Something is ending. And my condolences if there is like an actual loss, because there is a huge loss coming up for Sag before the end of this year. Now, for some of my Sages, it can just be a huge status drop. For some of my Sages, it is a full-on divorce. For some of my Sages, it's leaving one career entirely that you never saw yourself leaving. But if you're really being honest with yourself when you were younger, it wasn't really what your heart was set on to begin with. It's just that it was the family business. It's just that you're really good at that thing. So if I'm really good at this thing, I guess I'm supposed to do it. But if it's not in your heart of hearts to do that thing, and the truth will set you free, and you know that that's your truth, then you can't continue living this false way because that's not your truth. So someone here needs to release the idea of, well, I'm good at that. Well, I already have this. Well, this is already making this much, and you need to rebuild. It starts back at one. So it's starting back at one. And some people really are scared of starting back at one. We'll hear it from me, someone in my early 30s who has had to restart tens of times. And people made fun of me every single time. And now I'm more stable, more together, healthier, everything than any of those people combined. And it's only because I had to restart so many times. It's only because people always crapped on me. It's only because people kept pulling the rug out from under me that I got to such a level of self-mastery. And I still have a lot of self-mastery to go because I'm a young green bean. So I'm not saying that I'm like some blah, 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 whatever. But I've been through things that the vast majority of this world have not survived, like actually police report wise have not survived half of what I've been through. And the other half of the world would be mentally crumbled and completely collapsed with what I've been through abuse-wise from bosses and situations, physically, emotionally, mentally. But what did I do? I decided that, God did not put me through this to punish me. He put me through this because he knew that I would be able to transform this energy, and that I would be able to transmute this pain, and that I would be able to connect to other people who are in that same long suffering, who are also wondering, why me? Why is this happening? This can't be happening. This is so horrible. There's so many horrible situations in my life that literally I was seeing like purple and green, and I've passed out. I've passed out in many situations from fear, from pain, from abuse, like many, many times. And every single time I woke back up. I'm still here. And every single time, not only did I get picked back up, but my life completely transformed into something even more beautiful than I never even imagined. For example, if you would have told me when I was in the hospital dying from anaphylaxis and different things, it's like that I was going to be in Wellington showing a clone stallion and winning on him, I would be like, you're not talking to me. I'm, decrepit in a hospital bed in the ICU on my deathbed. You're clearly not talking to me. But because I had faith and I stayed through in situations that most people just let themselves be victims at, I got that blessing on the other side. So Sag, a lot of you are being handed a serious situation, and how you handle it, if you choose to play victim, or you try to just get over on someone, or you try to just, snake the person next to you, then you are going to get got. You're going to get served what you're, trying to serve others. But if you keep the faith and you honestly are like, what, this is horrible, this is frustrating, but I do not fear the fire of self-discovery. The fire of self-discovery will never burn you, Sag. It will only burn away the things that you are not. And right now is a season that God is burning all the things that you are not. And for a lot of my Sagittarians, it is your current career, it's your current relationship, it's your current living situation. There is a move here, there is an upheaval. And I really hope I'm not speaking about fires, because I have actually seen a lot of barn fires online. But definitely please be cautious with any electronics, things like that, because I'm not gonna lie, I was also hearing the Sean Paul song "We Be Burnin'," and then I was seeing a bunch of fire energy. So this can also be anger. Like Sag, you really need to make sure that you have anger and aggression under control. And for Sages who do smoke, you need to stop, because you could be asking, for a bad illness or something to come on, like getting cancer from that, lung cancer and things like that. So there is something here where it's like you get what you give, and what you've been trying to serve others is going to be served to you. And you can either, take it like a champ and right your wrongs and relax into the transformation, or you can fight it and make it a lot more difficult. But one way or another, it's gonna find you. It's gonna get you.